Market conditions remaining bullish in this bull market, sitting at a bull market rank of 25.37. That's this upper green line right here, continuing to be pretty elevated up in this. Anything above 20, anything above 15, honestly, is pretty high right here. So continue to see nice rally, nice strength in the overall long-term trend and short-term trend. Seeing a little bit of a pause here the last couple days in momentum, but still in that bullish trending zone and above that 50% line. Breadth also holding nicely here in this upper momentum zone, and the trending location sitting at 75, and the sentiment indicator towards the upper end of that range, as it likes to be when we do have bullish market conditions, which we are in right now. Let's jump over to the buy-sell ratio. Continue to see it pull back here just a little bit, squeezing back together again. That's dropping that buy-sell ratio down to 2.02, and still have bulls in control, and we have green above red. We've just got the bulk of the market participants in that uptrend. That's the path of least resistance. That's pushing the market higher right here, or pulling the market higher, either one of those. But we are towards the upper end of that range, seeing S&P 500 now leading on this market indices page, hugging that upper end of that range. It's been in this tight trend, this 565 range to 554 range now. We had NVIDIA earnings last night, which were good. The stock is slightly lower right here, but we'll see what markets end up doing today based on some of that news. But that 554 range on S&P 500, on SPY, we're looking at the ETF SPY, should hold up here at 554. That's the support range. You can see it kind of tagged that yesterday, a little bit of a bottoming tail bar. So we are getting activity right at these levels for sure. Let's keep an eye there today. Also seeing constructive bullishness in tech, the triple Qs pulling back inside of that 236-382 range, which is this range right here. So getting some support now. We'll see if tech can rally up, test that 42 range, and potentially break through that. We're continuing to see bonds looking nicely here. TLT, the long-term bond, also holding up above the 236 in the momentum zone and continuing to trend, getting some pullback, a little bit of volatility right there, but that's fine. We don't mind the volatility as long as it's inside and above that momentum zone, above that 236. Really on this stock ETF and any other stock ETF, we want to, ideally what we want to see for momentum trades. SHY, the short-term bond, also continuing to move higher. Remember that as bonds are moving higher, interest rates are moving lower, and that's really the game right now, is watching for interest rates to continue to move lower, ultimately in anticipation for the Fed to make some kind of a cut here in September. Let's jump over to sectors. We saw a little bit of a weakness here in sectors, really just two, energy and tech. Energy's been retracing with oil as it's been pulling back and already was weak, the weakest one in the group. Technology, on the other hand, has been leading and just having a little bit of a pullback right here. Looks very similar, almost identical to the triple Qs pattern there as well. So really, a lot of strength continuing, a few bumping over into that hold range, with a little bit of a pullback happening right here. Gold also continuing to look really nice, really bullish. This is a really bullish setup right here when we have that move where we're getting this uptrend. You're getting a breakout. You're getting tight consolidation. It's wanting to move higher. That demand is feeling there, and you can see that in the chart as it's continuing to push it towards new highs. SLV also showing strength, but not quite as much strength as gold. And USO, which has been weak, down another % yesterday, and it's got some work to do here to try and fight through some of this chop that it's got now. Really inside this entire range right here is open for play right here on USO. Let's jump over to muscle stocks and take a look here. We've got lots of biotech and medical stocks that have been in this list lately. Another one here, INSM, massive run up back in June and continuing that overall trend higher. Seeing some others that are a little bit deeper in their retracement. APLT, let's jump out to a 1 year time frame and see what that trend has looked like. So it had a really big run up back, about a year ago in the winter here, and we had this retracement. So it's actually been in this long uptrend, pulling back significantly back into that corrective zone, all the way back here. If I move that over just a little bit, you can see we're holding inside of that 618 range and working our way back towards the upside. So keep an eye there on that $6, $6.25 range. It may break out and want to run and test that 7 46 range. The 1-year chart looks better. That 6-month time frame a little bit sloppy. It's a little bit, that deep retracement, still fighting through that, but that gives you a little bit different perspective towards that $7 run. We also saw AVAV, which is an interesting name that had a big run up here in the drone military space. Nice volume. And gap higher. Take a look through that list. There's some nice setups in there for you to consider for today, and that'll do it for today's update. Everyone have a fantastic day today.